seconds from here. And they seem to be looking for an agreement here. Uranus, the only way to go.
I mean, yep, definitely the only way to go. But the Esmeralda is open for the pick here. Now, the real question is, will EVOS Legends secure that Esmeralda alongside with the Atlas? Or will they just let it go with someone else? Well, never mind. They are going to take it for themselves. It's open for them. The option is there. EVOS Legends is going to greet it with open arms and just take it for themselves.
So far, looking pretty great. Oh my, we haven't seen Kimi in a while. I'm thinking about that Marsha here. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, they did get that big win against the likes of what we saw early on, Geek Fam.
Yes.
Really having a big blow with that Survey split push. But they opt for that export, which I think is a better option in terms of like sustainability, in terms of like going in for engagements. Because Masha, yes, you do have like a decent DPS damage, you can somewhat survive, but to open up some fights, not as efficient as what an export can do.
Now Farsa's going to be locked down. Literally, EVOS Legend is just telling Burmese Ghouls that we're going to go with a standard build. Standard hyper carry build, frontliners, my backlines already, my mid support has already been secured. And the best about it, they didn't really want to lock down the hyper carries because they're just so confident. Whatever they pick on the side of Burmese Ghouls, they will be able to answer it. And that's pretty much why they try to lock in team fight composition first, side laners, and even just one for each role, basically.
And now, going in for the final bans for both sides, I think that they might want to consider taking out some of all these initiations coming in for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Hence, they will remove Kufra. But I think that there's also other sort of threats. I did mention early on Hayabusa and stuff like sorts. You know what? There's still a Kaja being left available, so I think Burmese Ghouls can rely on that too.
But that's if they really want to choose to take it.
Oh my! I gotta say so. I gotta take my words back because they already got the Diggy anyways.
But still, they can try to take it for themselves. But like I said, it's weird.
Yeah, a little bit off.
A little bit off, but weird. But still cool. Burmese Ghouls just realized like, okay, they have sideliners, they have magic supports. They need to be a really great fighter or hyper carry to go for it. That was very safe bet here because he is a very strong sideliner, admittedly. But there's still other options for sure about EVOS Legends. Bring it out. Take it. Take the Fanny.
Fanny, come on. I'll lock this one in. I definitely want to see some flare coming out, but oh my. Are we seeing what I'm seeing? Okay. Cho seems to be something that makes a lot more sense.
EVOS Legends really knows how to pull our heartstrings for sure. But if anything gets picked out, it will be the second Fanny to ever appear in this MPLI. Still coming on the side of Burmese Ghouls. They're going to go with the Valir and Leslie.
I'm not too sure about the Leslie pick, but I'm sure as hell going in for that Hayabusa. I've been talking about this from time to time, and seems like the EVOS Legends will allow them to have it a go. But I have a feeling that the reason why they picked Cho is that they do expect that Hayabusa. So let's see whether or not will this be a good run for the side of Ace. Well, one final pick for him. What's it going to be?
I think it's pretty standard. It's going to be now next. It's going to be the hyper carry. Bruno is up for the launcher, but go for the Lancelot. Pretty cool as well, because since everyone is diving into the fight here, let's jump into the mix as well. Let's join into this all-brawl middle-lane party. And the best part about it is that they already knew that they're going to be going for at least a physical assassin damage hero here, mainly because they look on the side here, they need a damage. They need someone to pull up the physical damage here. So able to narrow it down, Hayabusa is going to be the one and most easier to also accomplish as well.
Certainly, we'll be looking in towards even more action right here as Burmese Ghouls will take down EVOS Legends in this best of 3 to see who advances forward to meet the Resurgence for tomorrow. We will be having that semifinals as well as the grand finals run. And of course, these players are set to get themselves in towards that top 4 position as well. Top 4, top 3, or even top 1, of course, as we are seeing Ace, maybe Ice, Ruby, DD, Kid D from Burmese Ghouls take on EVOS Legends, which consists of Pendragon, Rek, Juan, Zaze, and of course, so many more of all these sort of great talents coming across as we head in towards the Land of Dawn once again.
And just want to add on. We saw one had played an amazing Lancelot play. I'll see how well it's going to be going for the Mixer Kid. Just going to be clearing out their ways with that Umbrella Fleet to try to zone them out a little bit. Followed by the side here of Ruby. Zones out a little bit. Got to be careful as they just constantly just reminds him like, hey, I'm right here. Don't do anything funny.
And I think that there's definitely a little bit more of that space given as respect. But one's going to be going in for a little bit of chunk of damage. Oh boy, good stun over the side of Ruby DD, but here comes Maybe though.
Still, Ruby maybe comes in for the reinforcement, but that just leaves the top lane open towards for Pendragon to scale for himself. Coming from the bot lane. On the other hand, D just being amount harassing as much as possible. Diving in with the tower Rek, almost made a play for himself. Close enough, but not greedy either. So now Rek will be able to stay alive, and he's not going to go back just yet. He wants to stay and try to get this last tank for himself before he goes back.
Oh my, there's the faster coming in from the bottom lane as well, but here comes Maybe trying to actually negate that sort of scenario from happening while the Kagura is actually moving forward. Things are looking a little bit dicey. Rexy might just be first blood here. Hit! Oh boy, it's actually Maybe that gets that kill.
Still happening on the mid lane as well. Ruby might be also the next one to fall, but one holding out form. Ruby trying to hold out as much as possible. He's going to be, and the best part about it, he doesn't really have the fragile armor, but he will commit the Thorn Rose, dodging away from that fire stake, and will seal the deal in our friend's fate. But happening on the bottom side as well, Frag was able to get a nice 1v1 kill for himself, but that kill will be given to Ace, and that's going to benefit Ace more compared to the side here of EVOS Legends.
What I really love about this game is that there is so much smooth moves in styling under tower, guys. Hello? Is this Dive City or what?
I mean, come on. Everyone wants to get a couple of swag points for themselves since this is the last game for today, and also will dictate on who's going to be pushing towards tomorrow against that upper bracket finals.
That's right. Over on top side now. Wrecked once again. Yep. The leads Diggy, and of course, we won't be seeing that egg hatch for quite some time. Well, take that back.
But remember, Rek has the weight of the dragon, going to be kicking him all the way back. There's no more Faraga armor, so he can try to do as much damage as possible, but no final sanity. I mean, he does have it, but will not commit it because he just doesn't have enough to seal the deal.
And seems like it was quite an easy pickoff. Like, he should have seen that coming after Diggy suffered that loss. And here comes, speaking of Diggy, oh boy.
Big pickup.
Yeah. Seems like the Diggy's actually doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah, but Rek not looking too good for himself. Try to escape, flickers out, but you know, it's Hayabusa. Once you get the shadow kill, there's no way for you to escape from that. Same goes for the other side, as Farsa will be to seal the deal on D, who literally overextended a little bit too far.
I'm not too sure about that flicker though. Like you said, like it's very questionable. You know you can't escape. There's already 3 members on top, but Turtle's going to be going over the side of Burmese Ghouls. They are committing towards a little bit of a scuffle there. Nothing all too serious. No one battered and bruised, but, you know, Thorn Rose being dragged out coming from the side of EVOS right now. Top side, though, a little bit of that heavy push coming in from the side of Hayabusa.
Okay, right now, everything seems a little bit mellow among the comparison between the two hyper carry, between Ace and One, both being level 6. One, although has 3-1, but on the side here on Ace, still hasn't died yet. Z's still being Z's, just trying to apply a little bit more pressure as they try to take down this first tier towers for themselves. D falls back with the Transcendent Ward, trying to buy enough time for the team here, but Z's has his ultimate going to be coming in with the perfect match, but not going to commit his ultimate just yet.
He is being very, very disciplined on some of all these spell usage while bottom lane being traded off from the top side. Took them long enough to actually secure this one, but right now we're looking at EVOS, of course. The lead is not really too huge, but I'll take that back because we are seeing One on his 4th kill.
I mean, One is definitely going to find every opportunity he can get because not only was Kid like a level lower than him, it's going to be the Kaguya. She's not very tanky at all, so it's going to be a very clean pickup for One. D, on the other hand, being Uranus, being the nuisance he is, just constantly going back and forth, but he has to be careful. He's buying a little bit too much of the time. Maybe Pop's going to be popping the ultimate, but sadly the Falling Star move coming from Pendragon will be sealing Maybe's fate there.
Oh man, this looks really hard for them. And one gets caught up by the wall, and he managed to actually go out with the tornadoes as well. So he's going to be the next one that has to deal with this situation as he's being stuck by the corner there. Red coming in with the Waiter Dragon as well. Ace comes back. He will get Zace, and maybe will force the flicker away from Rek. But D is crashing in, and Uranus is going for that chase. He's going to put a hole in the heart of Rek.
Still, Pendragon trying to escape from this situation, but will be denied. Dig is going to be dropping down that time bomb and literally tell Pendragon that your time is up.
Oh boy, like we're looking at not only Pendragon that might just be suffering right here. Rexy now comes out with the Feather Airstrike just to remove some waves, but oh boy, D's feeling really hot today as we are seeing that turtle going in favor of the side of Burmese Ghouls. I love that sort of pace that Burmese Ghouls is playing. Multiple objectives at one go.
Mm-hmm. And the best part about this the entire time, Burmese Ghouls is, if you notice, they learn from what they've been seeing by far for the past few days here. EVOS Legends goes for an objective, they're trying to get for another one for themselves. But Pendragon pushing in with the fire stick. Definitely, we saw a couple of skirmishes, not major skills pop just yet. Both teams very disciplined, very patient about it. Pendragon finds Ace, but he's not going to be committing the falling star mode because he wants to try to buy us enough time for his team. I love the fact that he walks towards the crowd to try to mitigate some of the damage coming out from Shadow Kill, but sadly the Umbrella is going to be sealing her fate here.
Oh, my goodness me. Kid, although he might just actually get one, that's going to be a big Fatal Links coming in from the side of Zaze, but now he's all by himself though. There's going to be no minutes, so he's going to be able to still hold on for a little bit longer, but Burmese Ghouls, they get what they need.
Despite all the fights happening all over the place here, one is still able to catch up with AC with both of them being level 10, but of course Xbox with a total win rate of 56% out of 18 games. Very favorable fighter as well, quite dependable too in most situations.
Yeah, I'm liking Ruby DD's play on this Xbox as well. Very reliable, very much engaging, and he rushed out this immortality so early in this matchup, and he is able to actually go in for those big heavy team fights. So far, Zay's still looking to actually get some catches right here. But Uranus, though, look at Uranus all the way up topside.
Man, he's just split pushing all the way. And I love the fact that no one's trying to punish him just yet. Ruby being quite the nuisance, going to be popping the final insanity as well. It's going to take him a while before he regens back that Faraga armor. But Rexy gets engaged by Kid. One trying to push into the mix here, but spots out that the Diggy already pops the ultimate, the time journey. Doesn't want to commit any further.
Now that's going to be the turtles being spawned up while Burmese Ghouls. They do have a little bit of opening right there. D is going to be all by himself, but they don't want Uranus. They want to actually get that Kagura. They won't get the kill over the side of Zaze as we are looking at heavy commitments as Rek goes in with the Raider Dragon as well. Big zoom across as we are looking at OG Shadow kill over Zaze, and that's going to be a big double. Ace under the tower. No, that looks really bad for them as Burmese Ghouls get 3 members wiped away.
Absolutely amazing. And the thing is that even though they lost one, it was sort of like an equal trade because Ace also fell at the same time. So not really much gain. But on the other side here, maybe being quite the news and also quite the team player in this team for the last team fight as well has been quite impactful.
Very, very much so. Oh my, another Way Dragon as we look in towards the top side. Pendragon doing Pendragon things. He's going to be able to actually walk away as he is being very confident with Immortality being up.
Zaze pushing in with the perfect match, spots Ruby, but will not be able to connect. It pops the final insanity. Well, able to melt down Rek down to size before he even leaves.
Man, like, we didn't even know that Rek was that low of a HP. He went in for a dive with the Weird Dragon, the last that we saw before he moved upwards.
Yeah.
And then he took so much damage, and now Burmese Ghouls looking to secure this turtle for themselves. 13 kills to 11. We can see that EVOS Legends having a little bit of struggle to keep up with the countless of battles that they have been taking for the past 9 minutes.
Ooh, perfect match. He's going to be using trying to get out of that situation. Now I'm going to be seeing quite a massive push, but it's going to be really hard with the presence of Farsa. It's going to be using the Feather Airstrike to really clear out those waves. That's going to make the mid lane survive a little bit more longer than usual. But anyway, coming out, Esmeralda, top ban hero. 27 bans out at 61 games, almost 50% ban rate.
That's about 40-something-ish, 47 perhaps. Yeah, you get the drill. pretty bad at math sometimes. Like, you just want to get things over and done with. Same goes to Burmese Ghoul. 3-man collapse. Oh, say goodbye to Pendragon.
And that's pretty much it for Pendragon. I think that's pretty much what they were trying to hold for since they were actually hanging around the top a little bit longer. They was hoping for someone to try to contest against Ruby as he was slowly self-pushing that lane. But anyway, going to be the same repeat mistake here. But the Dragon going to be pushing back, but will not fully commit as it is D. And also he spot out maybe and will not try to risk it any further.
Yeah, I like that Purify that comes in for the side of D as well. Like, they know that some of all these guys would actually commit towards the Uranus, and they say, okay, I'm going to clear all these CC. You can't get me at all. And for Zace, he will be able to actually zoom right back. Wando, he gets caught out for a little bit, but that's not going to be well. Oh, my goodness. Yin Yang Overton is going to be able to actually pull him back. Killing spree for D.
Dude, that was an amazing pickup. The more they drop one as much as possible, the more Burmese Ghoul is going to gain here. Maybe on the other hand, gets a little bit down low, pops the time jelly, but Rag, he really wants to try to secure this kill. But in the end, let's be honest, even though they're trading a couple of kills 1-for-1, it's always Ace that's going to be clearing things up, and that's not really good because that's benefiting him way more.
I absolutely agree with this. Like, you look at Juan, yes, he goes in for some offensive plays, but by the time things are over, Ace still gets the better trade-off here. Flicker coming from the side of Ruby DD as he visits the Lord for a little bit. Well, EVOS Legends members cutting across, but over on the right side of the map, seems like there will be a little bit of visitors right here. Zace taking a little bit pit stop as we see the umbrella being connected. Kit is probably going to trail behind, but here comes Ace though. Ace now trying to actually go in for a dive. They will secure the tower whatsoever. Pendragon goes in for the engagement, and he will be caught out. The rest of EVOS Legends were a little bit too far away, and now here comes the coming from Burmese Ghouls as well.
Definitely Ruby trying to hold the front line as much as possible. Juan trying to find the positioning he's trying to look for, but they will just have to give away this tower. Although his Fatal Links finally comes off cooldown, they still do not want to come in because they're just risking 4-on-5.
I gotta say that even some of these members of Burmese Ghouls, they knew what they're out against, and they really bring their A game towards the side of EVOS Legends. And now Wrecked suffering a little bit of that survey tickle coming in from the side of the, like, I don't know, like it feels like
a tickle.
I won't call it a tickle. It feels like a slap. It's like multiple slaps, 360 all the time, pop, 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 and like, yeah. Sometimes the damage itself is out of this world.
I mean, there's a lot of slaps coming from all those Ionic Airs, those dishes for sure. But Zay's definitely out of position, and that's pretty much it. There goes every intent of trying to contest for this Lord, because literally they lost Z's, and now Z's with Z's out of the picture here, they cannot try to contest for this Lord without risking any of their lives. And since they couldn't get the Lord, I love the fact that Reg decided, like, since we can't contest for the Lord, I'm going to split push and do as much objective as possible.
And speaking of objectives here, this is going to be the Lord dropping down to less than 50%. BG seems to be able to actually walk away with this one for free, and EVOS Legends choose to actually use this time to be expended for split pushing right down below. Like, I wish to see more wreck action in some of these team fight, but it seems like he has other plans in store for him.
Definitely, I would like to see more rack action as well, but it's going to be a little bit difficult because every time Zays were to fall, or even one member of EVOS Legends were to fall, everyone has to play safe. Everyone has to play back already because they just can't risk anymore. Because Burmese Ghoul is currently on a level where a single or more mistakes being made by EVOS Legends will be devastating.
And for now, we can see EVOS Legends members are just taking it relatively slowly, taking each one of these corners of the bush.
Oh no.
Hoping for a little bit of passerby, but they can't wait any longer though. There is the Lord coming towards the top lane, and they gotta respond.
Oh, here comes Ruby pushing forward. No more Faraga armor though, but we're definitely going to be regenerating back really soon and really shortly. D coming from the round back, finds Z using the perfect match. That goes the gap closer. Z is going to be will be having the perfect match out very soon. Definitely will be able to engage anytime. Although Feather Airstrike going to be used, Airstrike going to be used to clear out the mini waves as well, try to defend from this Lord on this top inhibitor. They need to try to hold it out as much as possible, and they will. Mainly because Pendragon is just engaging them from the back line, but runs into the face of D. They have to be careful. They need to find a way to deal as much damage the most optimal way as much as possible. We see Ruby pushing and really pulling out the whole team here. Zayas was able to pull out the Fatal Ace, but will instantly get shredded down by Kid with the Kaguya. Now the top lane inhibitor will fall. One is trying to fight against Ace to the 1-to-1, but it's definitely not a 1-to-1. It's a team game, so it's going to be down to a 1v2 as D will get the mega kill for himself. 3 members will fall. Ruby will come back with the Immortal, and now here comes the Waiter Dragon trying to hold on to 4, but he's going to be able to pop out and still be alive. What amazing play coming from both Rek and Ruby, but all 3 inhibitors, scratch that, going to fall down. Now they all 3 have fallen, and now all that's left is an inhibitor, the crystal that is not defended, and Burmese Ghouls looks like they will be taking game 1 of EVOS Legends.
What a big victory for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Look at how happy they are, as they have definitely